Now, the very first of extra content that we added to the Escapists was, of course, the infamous Alcatraz prison. Why Alcatraz?
I mean, it's probably the most famous prison, so you know, why not? You've got to have Alcatraz in there, I guess.
Absolutely, the mark of any true escapist would be to escape from one of the most infamous prisons in history.
It was tricky because Alcatraz, when I looked into they sent me over the maps for the and schematics for the place, and I think there's like 400 cells or something. So obviously, it's not going to be possible.
That'd be quite a big prison, yeah.
So it obviously had to make little changes like that, but generally it's pretty to scale.
The Alcatraz prison was just the start, and then that's when you guys took over in regards to producing extra content. So, you know, there's quite a lot of stuff. So start with, what are your favourite bits of DLC that are in the Escapists?
For me, definitely the escape team. So when we started doing the DLC, we kind of looked to kind of take it away from the standard prison setup from the game. It allowed us a bit more freedom to kind of work with the maps, and we were just looking for strong themes, sort of memorable audio, new kind of items, new kind of escape methods. Escape team was, we kind of went down the parody route and looked at kind of memorable TV shows and iconic movies. So yeah,
loosely based.
So we have the escape team. What about you, Grant? What's your favourite piece of extra content added to the Escapists?
But for me, I like the espionage themed DUCT tapes are forever. That doesn't resemble anything really.
No.
But it was just a kind of a play on things that we sort of conjured up. I think I remember running the name past you down at the pub one lunchtime.
Yeah, we went through several and that came to the top.
That finished out on the top, didn't it? But yeah, that's my favourite. And for those that haven't played, it's like a sort of, you know, set within a inside of a volcano, if you like, it's been carved out into a villain's hideout.
Yeah.
Sounds novel and original.
Yeah,
doesn't
doesn't
it?
sound familiar at all. So
No.
definitely fantastic.
It's full of spies as well. So
Must be brand new. And of course, duct tape, obviously community favourite item, the duct tape. Is that kind of why you chose duct tape so forever as the name?
It's the lifeblood of the Escapists, yeah.
There's a lot of demand for more duct tape.
There is as well, yeah.
As long as we don't end up in a sticky situation from it, though, I guess it's all good. But after that delicious pun,
for me, it's going to have to be Santa's sweatshop as well.
Another Santa's
just
sweatshop.
because it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Oh, I'm liking where this is going. And what about you, Kev?
For me, it's duct tapes as well. I just think it's sweet. It's a nice environment, and that environment, that theme, spies, espionage, it's just really nicely recreated in the pixel art style. It's just a sweet little environment.
Yeah.
And a good name too as well, Grant. A good pun. Well done on that one.
Thank you very much.
So, Chris, I imagine a lot went into making the Escapist, but was there anything in particular that was challenging in the development?
Well, I guess all of it was challenging. But one thing that particularly I thought was quite tricky is because I used to watch a lot of prison-based films to get research for the games, I think, and taking them ideas and putting them into a game format was quite tricky to get my head around that. But I think it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, it seems to have gone down pretty well actually. So actually kind of getting the concept kind of from paper and making it a working, living concept within the game. And
balancing sort of because it is a bit of a sim game.
Yeah.
Just getting the balance right between just a sandbox mess about game and a prison simulation game.
Yeah, they say it's a very fine line when it comes to that kind of. But say you hit the nail on the head, so kudos there. And moving on to the guys as well, of course, further on in development, James, what for you was the most challenging part of developing the Escapists from what you got from Chris?
I think it was the overall balancing for all the prisons, just because they're very complex facilities.
Yes.
In the way they're laid out, they're functioning prisons in the game, so their floor plans are complicated. They're made up of a lot of different elements, and it's just making sure that there's not a particular wall somewhere where people can kind of cheese their way out.
Yeah, I think Probably more along those same lines. Possibly a similar point. I can remember Grant, like right up until the 11th hour, I can remember tweaking the distribution of things in desks, because the way the game systems work, isn't it? I think desks get replenished every single day, and that's how we kind of like keep the economy of tools and craftables and items in circulation in the prison. I can remember doing that right up until the 11th hour, tweaking AI patrol points for guards as well. Potentially was another one that we're always looking at. So I think the cool thing about the Escapists is that it is a sandbox game, but it's a sandbox game with a goal, with a purpose. And so you can go about escaping in all sorts of different ways, but making sure that each prison is kind of balanced so that it offers progression in terms of difficulty, and it remains engaging, and that there is replay value in each prison by there being all sorts of different ways to escape. That was a real challenge, really, wasn't it, bringing all that together.